If Pyros and Crips all got along, they probably gun me down by the end of the song. Seem like the whole city go against me. Every time I'm in the street, I hear yak, 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 yak.
Young boy Napoleon wanders the streets of France looking for purpose. France is currently recovering from a violent revolution. The streets are filled with chaos. The radical Jacobin faction led by Maximilien Robespierre instigated a period of chaos known as the Reign of Terror. People are people. France is in huge debt and at war. The country is in desperate need of a hero. Napoleon sees the need for a hero. He has long worked at a dead-end army position in the military. Only the nobility were given the higher positions. But the shift from nobility to common people caused by the revolution gave him a chance. In a time of need, Napoleon stepped up to the plate and became the hero France needed. A 5-man group of officers called the Directory currently ruled France. France was in war with many other countries and the Directory was weak. Napoleon saw the lack of action from the Directory as a threat to the nation. In an attempt to save France, Napoleon overthrew the Directory so that he could establish stronger control to help France win its wars. Napoleon set up new laws called the Napoleonic Code. These new laws guaranteed equal rights for all men, not women. Napoleon also re-established the Catholic Church as the national religion and agreed to pay the clergy with government money. Under the control of Napoleon, the French Empire conquered much of Western Europe. His conquest stopped when attempting to attack Russia during the winter. Many of his troops died from the cold and they were forced to turn back. Napoleon encountered fierce resistance from the British, Swedish, and Russians. All good things come to an end and the end of Napoleon came at the Battle of Waterloo. The British finally ended Napoleon's reign as emperor.
Catch me outside, how about that?
After Napoleon lost, he was sentenced to exile in an island off of the French coast. His dream of helping France become a powerful empire was over as well. After the fall of the French Empire, the other European leaders met to discuss the future of Europe. This meeting was called the Congress of Vienna, and it established a balance of power in Europe that stabilized the continent for more than 50 years. The newly gained territories of France were given back to their rightful owners. Sharing is caring, kids. France was encircled, which meant that countries around it were combined to give them more power. France was given a new king, Louis XVIII, and they were right back to where they started before the revolution. Not all things have a good ending. Napoleon fought for a better France for all. France had fallen into a state equivalent to before its revolution. The French government was yet again controlled by a king. Napoleon may have died, but his ideas inspired all that came after him. It was because of this that in 1848 the French people overthrew the government to establish a republic. Soon after, it was Napoleon III that brought the French Empire back to its peak. But just like the original Napoleon, he faced military resistance and the French Empire came to an end after its loss to Prussian forces. In 1871 the French Republic was restored, a shadow of what the earlier French Empire was. While Napoleon's age may have long since passed, his ideas of nationalism and French liberty were still at large. His military campaigns brought down the Holy Roman Empire and united many small feudal kingdoms into a powerful German confederation. He may not have known it, but his movements in France will become some of the largest and most important movements in history.
Roar XD. Roar XD.